Hey guys, hey, there we go. We're going to go ahead and do molar mass practice number 2, problem number 3. And lately we've been going ahead to make sure that we're giving the nomenclature for these names. This is one that we can do. We look at this first right here. We see Mg, and we'll show you how to do this one. I know that this whole thing is called magnesium hydroxide. So where do we get Mg from, or the name the name for Mg? We're going to go to our periodic table. We're going to look over here and we see Mg, and that's magnesium. So we know that it's going to be in column 2, so it's a type 1 metal. And let's go back and look at the other part, hydroxide. Now, because I have parentheses here, I know that this is a polyatomic ion, and I have 2 of them. I don't have to say that in the name. So we know, let's go back and put in magnesium. That's the first part. Since it's in column 2, it's not a type 2, so there's no Roman numeral. So we're just going to go ahead and put in the name for hydroxide. So how do we get hydroxide? Well, we go to our packet. We go all the way down to the very end, and we look for OH. OH is right there, so we know that that's hydroxide. Okay, and then we just go ahead and put that name in right here as hydroxide. And that's the nomenclature for that compound, magnesium hydroxide. Now, how do we go ahead and figure out the molar mass? Well, the molar mass, again, is we have to have every element that's in the compound. In this case, we're going to have magnesium. Okay, we're going to have oxygen, and we're going to have hydrogen. Again, this is not where we're balancing things, so we're not worrying about keeping polyatomic ions together. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to say, how many of each one do we have? So magnesium, I look at this, and there's no subscript here, so that means that we only have a 1 there. So that means we have 1 magnesium. Now oxygen, I have a subscript of 1, but because I have this in parentheses, I have 2 of everything in parentheses. So that means I have 2 oxygens. Go to hydrogen. Hydrogen's in that same boat. No subscript, so that means there's 1, but I have 2 of everything inside there. So I have 2 hydroxides, so I'm going to have 2 hydrogens. Now we're going to multiply the number that we have times the atomic weight or the atomic mass. So how do we figure it out? We have magnesium, oxygen, and hydrogen. I know hydrogen really simple. Hydrogen is 1. Well, I know oxygen. I did it enough by now, and I think you should know it by now. It should be 16. But what is magnesium? I don't know magnesium. So what am I going to do? Well, I am going to go ahead and look at my periodic table. I'm going to scroll up to that periodic table, so go all the way up near the top. And I'm going to find magnesium. Well, right there's magnesium. So we know that when we figure this out, the atomic weight or mass is the larger number in the box, and so it's 24. So let's go back here and we'll put in 24. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply these out and figure out what each element that we have and how much each element weighs. So 1 times 24 is, oh, that's pretty easy, 24. 2 times 16 is, I think I got that, 32 without a calculator. And then 2 times 1 is, ooh, that's a tough one, it is 2. Okay. So we have that in. So now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to figure out the molar mass. So we're going to write out molar mass, and that's going to equal all of these up here. So we're going to go ahead and just move those a little bit over so it looks like we're going to tally those up. Now we could tally them up going 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4 is 8, and put down an 8 down here, plus 3 plus 2 is 5. So we could put down 58, or we can double check it. I like to double check it. Don't need the calculator, but again, sometimes this calculator up here doesn't quite work, so we got to use a calculator. So we're going to do 24 plus 32 plus 2 equals 58. Oh, that should be right now. So we're going to go ahead and put that 58 grams, and it's 58 grams of what? It's magnesium hydroxide. So you can either put magnesium hydroxide or put the formula. And again, I like copying the formula and then pasting the formula in there. Why? Because it's probably shorter than the name, writing the name out. But sometimes I get stuck and I have to write the name out because I don't want to put subscripts or anything else in there. So Next thing in step, the only thing we have to do now is highlight our answer after we calculated it out and made sure it was correct. And there we go. Our molar mass for magnesium hydroxide is 58 grams. That's how we figured out the molar mass for practice sheet number 2, problem number 3. As always, go Mohawks. Nelson out.